good evening. Welcome to Field Talk. I am the Field, also known as Field of Bears. Hello, Pinder. Here to remind you that socialism always ends in starvation and genocide. And you might notice that I am wearing a very fun fez tonight, and that is because we are having a writing session. So let's come in close for a nice intimate shot. Now, last time we had a writing session before I had a slight major depressive episode and a bottle of whiskey in a single night. We had come to some decisions about the story, and also we had figured out that that me rereading the entire story ahead of time was a bad move. Oh, yeah. We also came up with some things that I forgot to do with the description, and we'll handle those next week. But some news. We decided that for this act, so what I think I'll do is I'll go over the outline that we came up with. Is Oso Grande is a story about a big bear who lives in the deep dark woods, who demonstrates that conformity, in order to gain social approval, is diminishing to the individual. Let's check on this because I'm paranoid. Okay. All right. Good. Yes, I saw that. I saw. You know, JVP is a pretty smart dude. He's got a lot of good things to say a lot of the time, but he is a human being, and I think that his take on I think that his take, I if this is in fact real news, if JVP says that if Kavanaugh is confirmed that he should resign, I think that is a very bad take. It would be the wrong move because it would just open up the door to using allegations to end. It would just open up the door to using allegations to end people's careers. Hey, B. So I'm just gonna go over the outline. Well, I think you remember that line anyway, B. So welcome, B. All right, and in order to show that we have bunnies as the villains of this story, you know, bunny rabbits, because they're almost always the good guy, but the bear is in fact the good guy. And the bunnies use social pressure to get Oso Grande to give up honey, give up salmon, give up tree climbing, abandon his friend Donkey Jack, eat grass, stay awake for winter, and then the final thing is revile bears. This kind of hat is called a fez, and fezes are cool. So, indeed, we are writing a children's book. All of the Friday writing sessions have been about writing this children's book. In fact, the Field Talk stream got started with writing this book, by the by, which is one of the reasons why B actually found my channel and liked it. So, and we might see Lily Dilly Dog show up because Lily likes the writing sessions as well. Now, just so you guys know, I haven't actually written it down yet because I got distracted by some amazing bears who are distracting but amazing. I blame you. Anyway, so what I decided was that this bunny, let me find his name for you guys, Hopper Diggersby, the one who convinces pressures Oso Grande into eating grass like a rabbit, is going to be very aggressively soy. Hey Dax, and welcome to the writing session. He is aggressively soy, and the argument that he and Oso Grande have are Hops Diggersby says, I think that you won't eat grass because you think you're better than us. I think you're an elitist. I think that you're looking down your nose at us, and that's just not okay. And Oso Grande is trying to say, well, I can't eat grass because I'm a bear. So, obviously, this is not good enough for anyone who's aggressively soy, so he's just going to keep on going that, well, no. And the way that he's going to finally so-called win this argument is by saying, well, even if you aren't doing it because you think you're better than us, that's how it's making everyone feel. And how we feel is important in this situation. It's the most important thing in this situation, so you need to change your behavior because of how we feel. And that's the way I'm going to do it, and thank you guys last time for helping me figure that out. And I've got the dialogue in my head, and directly after this, I will not be joining a call with Amazing Bears, who are incredibly distracting. I shall instead finish this out and possibly get on to the next thing. And the next thing is to stay awake for winter. And so I think I will start off that section. I can't sustain myself on grass. To be factual. Yeah. I've got it. Don't worry, dudes. Don't worry. I've got it. Got it down. Dax, that would be very, very cathartic. That would be very cathartic indeed. But this is not a black comedy for adults. That is a parody of a children's book. It is actually a children's book. So I think the heroic ending would be a little bit different. But yes, renting a combine harvester and taking a drunken ride through the rabbit field would indeed be very cathartic. And, well, I suppose a goose would be able to do that, but can a goose bear sustain himself without any salmon or honey? Now think of that. So we've got, the next thing is stay awake for winter, to not hibernate like a bear does. Incidentally, do I need to put the pop filter on? Are my P's and S's too harsh? Let me know. Hello, the mess. Is that Moonin? Yes. Moonin. I can. Your name is just a little bit odd. You missed the recap, but I can just go over it again real quick. Domestic geese are too tubby to only eat grass. That's funny. I didn't think a goose bear could live without salmon and honey. I'm glad I was right. Yes, welcome to the writing session. You can tell it's a writing session by the fez I am currently wearing. So, yes, we got our notebook, and I'm quite ready. So I think that you guys had a great idea about his fur falling out because of malnutrition from filling his belly with grass instead of actual food. And so I think I'm going to start this out with with something that denotes how, like, without his fur, Oso Grande began to feel winter coming. So I'm gonna write down extra cold due to no fur. Hey, hey, Controversy Bear, we are having a writing session. Oh no. Is he really? Owner's already live today. Gosh darn it. Let me see. Got Michael Malice. I'm not seeing anything from Big Bear. 6:13 p.m. 6:15. Man. Well, anyway, so we've got one bunny. Yeah, I see it. I've got, well, we won't be spending an hour on this subject, I guess. So we've got one bunny left. We've got two bunnies left. And we've got two bunnies left. So let's go ahead and figure out what this bunny's arguments for why he shouldn't hibernate are. Like, why shouldn't the bear hibernate? And why would the bunnies want him to not hibernate? And do we need to scrap this for different compliance? Well, shucks. Should I keep going or should I just swap over to Owen's channel? Oh, yeah, not contributing. That's actually good. Okay, he's still not started yet. Need you to protect us? He might have changed his mind. Oh, apparently he started. Well, about to go finish Doom. I heard it was a really good game, but I haven't bought any new games in a while. CD keys. I have to remember that. Thank you very much, Master Bear. So CD keys, that's a good thing to remember. Yeah, I know they don't care about Oso not hibernating and how it impacts them. They only care about how they are affected. That's an accurate representation of the mob. Well, I just made up a game called Bunny Ball, so they might need, maybe they need him for a game. That's a good idea, Dax. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've written down CD keys for later, in case I want to go buy games. The games industry has just gotten so flippin' soy. It's almost like, why do I even want to? Right? Like, why even bother at this point? So they might want him for games. They want him for chores. Um, and they might make a moral argument against hibernation as well. Hibernation is irresponsible. Write that down. Yeah, ID Software seems pretty good. They do. You're right. You're right. It's not everywhere, and we did just see with the Telltale Games that Get Woke Go Broke applies even to very successful studios. So it might just take a while for the wokeness to cause the brokenness in things like EA games. So that's a good point, Dax. That's a good point. Get woke, go broke is a rule that well, I don't think it gets broken. I think it's just a truism at this point. So hibernation we'll go with, and so segue. Like I think that directly after winter, after describing winter, I think that's when Donkey Jack gets to have his speech. What do you guys think? That's when the friend who the bunnies convinced Oso Grande to abandon because he was encouraging Oso Grande to think for himself. That's when he gets to have his say. Messed up. There we go. That's fixed. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Just trying to see something. So, what do you guys think about that? I have a basic plot already set out. Pinder, I have. Yeah, I know what you meant. I do have a basic plot already set out. But it is also as I go along, and the idea behind the sessions was to bring in the bears into this experience to see my brain as it's working and use you guys to bounce ideas off of. So the very basic plot is Oso Grande is a big bear who lives in the deep dark woods, and he wants to make everyone happy. So when bunnies come along and say that something he's doing is a problem, and that if he would stop doing that thing, it would make everyone happy, he complies. It starts off with eating honey, which was the problem, and then eating salmon and catching salmon was the problem, and then it was climbing trees, and then it was his friend Donkey Jack saying bad things about the rabbits, which was the problem, and then it was not eating grass, and then it'll be hibernation, and then the last thing is either you say all bears are bad or you are bad. So, and we decided last time that Donkey Jack gets to have a speech. We decided that Donkey Jack gets to have a speech about how if the bunnies were actually your friends, they wouldn't be requiring you to change like this. And what they're really doing is controlling you, and they don't really care about what makes others happy or not. And actually, most of the bunnies were happier when you were being yourself. It's just these 7 who are picking on you. And I want to make his tirade really powerful, and I want it to set up. All right, see you, Pinder. And I want it to set up the last kind of challenge, and maybe he will get to be a hero. Oh, that's okay. I expect this to be a short session tonight, so if anyone's got any ideas on that, we can bounce them for the speech. So see ya, Pinder. And maybe I'll talk to you about finding an illustrator as well. That would be helpful. But I'm talking in the future again, so I think Alpha's short session. Yeah. Well, the problem is Big Bear is threatening to go live any second now. I've actually got it up right now, and I'm watching for it. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Jacob Downey. So, what do you guys think about the Donkey Jack stream that I've? Yeah, Dax, I saw that on poll, and I'm thinking that's not so great. It, I'm not on the Twitter, so I don't know how bad it is. Is it worse than I think? Is it worse than just one tweet? I don't think I've got a different hat if we're going to quit writing. If no one, well, he should backtrack. He should, and you have to be able to speak your mind, because that's how you think, and if you're wrong, then you have to be able to say what you think, and then people can tell you that you're wrong. So that might be That might be a deal. What is this, a fedora? I can't tell what that is in the chat. Ah, it's a top hat. I'm afraid I don't have one. I don't have a top hat yet. I'm not that rich. I would like to have a top hat. If anyone wants to send me a top hat, you can DM me and I might be able to furnish you with an address to send it to. But you would have to first prove to me that you do in fact have a top hat to send me. And I would definitely wear it on screen because I do like hats. Actually, that's not far off the mark because satin hats were and are actually pretty expensive to make, and the more satin used in the hat, then the more costly the hat, and the more costly the hat, well, the less someone of meager means is willing to spend on a hat. So that's actually accurate, Jacob. That's a very good summation of how the top hat hierarchy worked. Yeah. Yeah, so we are getting just a little bit scrolled, but does anyone like my idea for Donkey Jack's speech? Or does anyone have any criticisms of it? And all of that stuff. Alright, then I think I'll end up going with that. Well, yeah, there we go. Yeah. I'll just write down Donkey Jack gets his speech. Hey, Roy Bear. So, I might actually be able to write the final step without having a session on it, and I'll run a poll on my Gab to see if you guys want me to read the whole thing live, and if you guys say yes and spread the poll around and actually vote on it. Oh my gosh. Owen has no idea how to. Owen is like the worst at technology. He's just, yeah, the absolute worst at technology. So, yeah, it's a half show for the writing session. So, okay, good. Well, I'll make a poll on the Gab. You guys need to make sure that the link gets around, because I can't do Twitter polls anymore, you know? I can't do polls on the on Twitter anymore because I've been banned for being mean to pedophiles and communists. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. So, yeah, this has been Field Talk. If you liked our little writing session, then please go ahead and hit like. If you're catching the replay, add your ideas into the comments. I don't get anywhere near enough comments to miss any, and you will get liked and hearted. And if I think of anything to say back, I will always reply. So there you go. And if you want to be a part of this project in the future, you can hit subscribe and go ahead and hit the bell if you want that subscription to mean anything. If you want to contribute to the project, you can go to paypal.me/fieldtalk to sow the field. Or you can buy this very handsome mug, which is superior in every way to the no longer available Pinder Ugly mug. The link to that is in the description below. And as always, have a great evening, and never forget that socialism always ends in starvation and genocide. Good night, everyone.